The offense is coming alive.
6-2, baby.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Lad Talk. Mason, the road trip was better than the home series.
I've never thought I would say it, but I'm glad we're not playing at home. We need to just get away from that environment.
The Dodgers
Terrible.
have been really good at home the last few years.
Yes.
But that homestand did not go their way, and they took the show on the road, and it paid off.
Yeah, they were terrible. They were terrible at home, and they really needed to get away, get a fresh start, take a plane ride, get some sleep, have fun. And they're having a lot of fun, actually.
Lots of fun.
Really
They had a
well.
long plane ride. They had to go to the other side of the country, the nation's capital, facing off against the Nationals again, and this time they brought out the brooms.
I mean, this is how you're supposed to play against the Nationals. How do you lose any games against these guys?
Come on.
Terrible.
Come on. But they didn't lose any games this time around. Game one, the Dodgers had James Paxton on the bump. Big Maple, another pretty good performance for him. He's walking a lot of guys, but he's able to pitch around it, and he's giving them a chance to win.
He's doing what you asked. You know, that's the reason why you signed him, to put up some innings, get you another spot start. It's better than a bullpen start, that's for damn sure. But walking guys isn't so good. Pitching around it, it's good.
And we thought they would have a fun time against Patrick Corbin.
Yes.
This time around, not so fun.
Not so fun.
He was solid for the Nationals. That's got to feel good for him. He went 5 1/3, went to the 6th inning. He hasn't been able to do that much for them.
Yeah.
But able to shut the Dodgers down, and then the bullpen came in, and the Dodgers turned it around.
Yes, that's what the Dodgers do. If they're not doing too hot against the starter, just get through. Just get him out early, take a lot of pitches, try to get a walk, just try to see a lot of pitches so they can get his pitch count up and get to the bullpen. And then rake.
And what everyone was talking about, speaking of raking, Shohei Ohtani's home run, 119 off the bat, the hardest home run he's hit in his career.
Yes. And it only went 400, registered 450 feet because there was seats in the way. Would have gone farther.
Take those seats out of there. I want to see how that ball's going to fly.
It's gonna, at least 480.
At least 480.
Maybe 490.
It was a tank.
500 on a good day.
500 on a good day. Another good sign. Freddie Freeman's heating back up again.
Yes.
He went 2 for 4 in this one with a double.
Double.
Dodgers just 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position in this one. Left 10 on base,
Not
but
good.
getting the job done, winning this ball game 4-1.
And unfortunately, you do leave a lot of guys on base. Happy you win, but that has to stop. They're leaving too many guys on base. Too many guys on third base with less than 2 outs, and they're striking out. They need to fix that.
And we were talking a whole lot of smack
Yep.
to the front of these players' back in the
Yep.
last video. Guys, make sure you check that one out. And if you haven't already,
It's a good one.
pretty good one.
It was a good one. Got a little heated.
And they must have heard us because
Yeah.
the next few games, they turned it right around. Game 2, Dodgers picking up a victory, driving in 11 runs in this one. You had a home run from Andy Pages, a whole lot of doubles.
What a guy.
Ohtani hit a double. Pages hit a double. Will Smith cracked a double. And Max Muncy hitting a double. Don't forget Mookie Betts. He hit a double. He's really good at baseball.
I mean, yeah, he's hitting almost 400, and it's the end of April. That doesn't happen, so keep it up.
They showed in this series the Dodgers have 3 of the top 4 batting averages in baseball.
Yes. Mookie, Will, Shohei. Pretty good.
And Freddie's climbing up that ladder too.
And then they have Contreras in there randomly. Who would have thought?
Who's that guy? Just
Some
kidding.
guy.
He's
Some
a pretty
catcher.
good hitter. Pretty
Pretty
good
good.
hitter. Landon Knack with a good performance in this one. Had that shaky second inning, but guess what? He battled through it and was pretty much perfect through the 6th.
The rookies, man, they're just ready.
They turn them out.
Except for Grove. They're ready. Except for Grove.
But even Grove has shown signs of growth, and he's shown some improvement.
In the bullpen, you know, that's where he belongs for now. If he can work out of that, great, but that's where he needs to be. No more, no less.
No more, no less. Gavin Lux was 2 for 5 in this one. Good to see him getting turned up a little bit.
April
needs
to end for him. He is struggling in April. Just turn the page. Let's get to May. New month. New month, new you.
They're giving him some runway, 150 at bats, Doc said, and then they'll reassess. He's got to get it figured out by then. but a step in the right direction here. He's also been really good with runners in scoring position, batting over 300 with guys in scoring position.
He's rolling over the ball. He's not, I think he's having trouble he's rolling over. I think he's having a tough time just keeping his hands in, keeping everything compact. He's just in his head right now, and he's got to work through it. It's going to take some at-bats. It's hard to have major league at-bats to work through stuff, but I think he can do it. We need his glove. He's great at second base. I mean, he's not just any old second baseman. He's a decent second baseman. His WAR, we can check the WAR, it's got to be on par with everybody else. Hope he figures it out.
Jake Irvin, last time around, shut the Dodgers down.
Who?
This time around, it was a different story. Dodgers drove in 6 against him on 12 hits. He only struck out 3 Dodgers in this one. Dodgers 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They scored 11 runs, still had 11 left on base. Yeah. So this offense is figuring it out, turning it up a little bit. Big win here.
That's a really good sign. I want to bring something up. You see a pitcher the first time, kind of punches you in the mouth. You see him the second time, you light him up. That's a really good sign for October, because in a 7-game series, you're going to see their 1, 2, 3rd starter twice in a series if it goes all 7. So, I mean, that's a really good sign, especially if you don't do so hot that first time around against their number 1. Come back game 5 and just light them up. It's a really good sign.
There you go. Second time around, it's tough to face a team this good second time around.
This lineup's good.
And then in the finale, Dodgers looking for the sweep. They had the right guy on the mound. In this one, Yamamoto, 6 solid innings, gave up just 4 hits, no runs, struck out 7. And then the bullpen was really good on this road stand.
Yes.
Road stand?
Road trip?
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road tripping. Vesia, how about Vesia though? We've had some mixed opinions about Vesia in the past.
I wouldn't say mixed. I would say just we don't like him.
I would say you don't like him very much.
I don't like him at all.
And neither do I. But over his last 8 or 9 appearances, no runs allowed, and it was more of the same in this one. Had a perfect inning with 3 strikeouts there.
We need it. He's the only lefty in the bullpen. We need him.
Isn't that crazy?
That's ridiculous.
What is going on with that?
I mean, I guess they have a lot of lefty starters, so they think, we don't need any lefty in the pen. But yes, you do.
Let's balance out this bullpen.
Let me figure that out.
Dodgers 1 for 10. They went back to their old ways in this one in front of the scoring position.
Not good.
6 left on base. Teo had a home run in this one. Freddie Freeman driving in the winning run in the 7th.
He's heating up. He's heating up. He's getting out of that slump. He was taking, from what I hear, a lot, like twice as many BP reps before the games just to get out of this funk. Apparently, he was saying that he had a good swing every few at-bats versus having a good swing every other pitch. So he was really just not on his game, and he's finally just figured it out, worked through it.
And you can see when Freddie's a little bit off, that timing's just not quite there.
He's fouling a lot off.
Fouling him off, hitting a lot of balls straight to the back of the net, and also just not taking advantage of those pitches in the zone. But when he's right, there's not many who are better than him.
He drives that ball. Yeah, weird swing. You never want to emulate that kind of swing. So if you're 10 years old watching this, don't do what Freddie does. But he's really good. Good swing.
It works.
Don't emulate it, but it works.
Evan Phillips picking up another save, his 7th of the year. Little shaky.
It wasn't perfect
the last couple appearances, but getting the job done, and that's what really matters.
It's still early, first month. We still got 5 to go, so I think we're doing okay.
Well, and he had that pretty much that whole homestand where he wasn't pitching at all because they were down the whole time.
Yeah,
didn't have any opportunities. So you get 5-6 days off as a reliever, a week off as a reliever. It's hard to go out there and close out a major league ball game.
And again, let's bring it back. That reminds me of October. It sucks to be that number 1 seed and you have that bye. That's not baseball because you need guys to play to be consistent. And if you have those 5 days off or so, or however many it is, I think it's 5 in the playoffs. Relievers, they're not as sharp as could be. Starters, it's good to have rest, but the bats suck after having time off like that. You can't do that. In the last 2 years that they've had the playoffs that way, it's been against the Dodgers. It's been terrible for us. We got to figure that part out.
Seems to only benefit the starters, the bye.
Yes, and that's it. The bats and the relief pitching, it takes a toll. I don't like it.
And then the Dodgers traveled north of the border.
Mm-hmm.
James Paxton going home to Great Maple Land. And it was Gavin Stone who had a really nice performance here against the Jays.
Yeah.
Went 7 innings, his longest performance of the season.
Pretty good.
Allowing just 1 run. That did come on a home run from Danny Jansen.
Who?
Jansen.
Catcher?
He's got a good stash.
Yeah. I like
Does he
him.
have a stash?
You're talking about that left fielder, right?
I was thinking of the left fielder. What's that
Yeah.
guy's name? Schneider. Schneider. What a stash on Schneider.
He looks like one of those players that you just create in your career on MLB The Show.
He looks like he belongs in a firehouse.
Yes, he looks like the
He's
chief.
a fireman. He's the chief.
The chief.
The
Of
chief.
the fire station.
That should
For
be his
sure.
name. And the offense was really good in this one. 7 for 14 with runner scoring position.
Better.
Like we're saying, getting going.
Better.
Things are looking up. Big home runs in this one for Ohtani. Muncy had a bomb, and
Yes.
Will Smith hitting a home run in this one. He's been hot, and the power's come along with it.
Best hitting catcher in baseball. Not the league, not just the West. Best hitting catcher in baseball.
And to
Hands
add
down.
on to that, his defense has looked pretty impressive.
A lot better.
We saw that play against the Nationals in the first game of that series. That
Yeah.
throw coming in from right field,
Mhm.
Pages, Miguel Rojas with a little fake there, and then Muncy going home to get the runner,
Mhm.
and Smith picking it out and finishing off the play.
I
Looked real
mean,
good.
he's looking really good. He's receiving the ball really good when it comes to framing. And you know what? He's got a pretty good arm throwing down to second base. Better than Barnesy, you expect, but he's just turning it out.
Getting Chris Bassett for 7
Yes.
runs in this one, ended up putting 12 on the board for an emphatic 12-2 win here
Oh, yeah.
in game 1. Going on to game 2, you had Glasnow on the bump, the guy you want on the bump
Yes.
to win a series.
Every fifth day.
He went 6 in this one, struck out 9.
Good. So good.
Command wasn't as sharp as we've seen it with him. 3 walks allowed, but he pitched right around it.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgers winning this one 4-2, and
It's good stuff. It's hard. It's tight sliders that just move a lot. Big wind curve. It's tough, man, because his mechanics are so good that everything looks the same. And his reach is, I think you told me 7 feet.
wow.
By the time he's throwing the ball, he's 7
Wow.
feet closer than he should be. That's coming out 98 at Little League distance.
Yeah, the mound 60 feet
Crazy.
6 inches, but by the time he releases the ball, it's closer to 50 feet.
That's crazy.
Closer to 50.
Yeah, it's like 2 feet short.
And then one of my favorite baseball names was on the bump for the Jays, Kikuchi. You say Kikuchi, I say Kikuchi.
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi. And the Dodgers, he looked like he was going to have a good night
Yeah.
until about that 6th inning. Dodgers getting to him there
Lit him up.
late in the ball game.
That's good. That's what they do. They make a pitcher work. I mean,
Wear
it's,
you out.
it's really hard to pitch against this team third time around. First 2 times, maybe you can get them here and there, get them on a chase. But it's hard that third time around to really get them.
Third time through the lineup.
Glasnow, what's that's like?
That's, yep.
Take him out. Snell does too. Take him out. Get out of there.
Smell you later. And Evan Phillips with another save, his 8th. He's just on fire right now.
It's really good.
He's doing his job.
Yeah, that's why we signed him.
And then going on to the finale, it was a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Michael Grove allowing 3 runs in 2 innings. He's looked better, and then all of a sudden, doesn't look as good.
Wishy-washy. Tired of it.
The bullpen was good in this one, but the offense couldn't get it going. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Terrible.
Kevin Gausman with his best outing of the season for the Jays.
Of course it's against the Dodgers.
Picking up his first win of the year.
They were saying that he's not having the year that he had when he was with the Giants because he was the best pitcher in baseball at that time. So it's hard to live up to that. But you're hoping that he just has another bad outing and he just shows up. So that sucks.
Dodgers offense not getting it going in this one,
No.
dropping it 3-1
Barely scored a run.
on that Freddie Freeman home run. So Freddie, stay hot.
Heating up.
Stay hot.
Good for you.
How about Vesia though, dropping his ERA to 1.88? It doesn't feel like it should be a 1 point. I was very surprised when I saw that.
Yeah, me too, because of the seasons he's had up to this road series. It's been terrible. So I don't know. Although, here's why. I think he comes in situations where there's runners already on that aren't his, so that when he's giving up those runs that we see constantly, not against him. That's why.
Good point there. But credit where credit is due. He's been very good over his last about 9 to 10 outings. And he was also good in game 1 of the series in Arizona. Back to a little division play here. Dodgers needed to come in and make a statement, and they did just that. He had Big Maple on the mound again, pitching around some traffic. Still allowed 4 runs, 5 walks. He's got to cut down on the walks, but that's kind of what he does. He'll walk a guy and then get a double play.
I mean, you don't have to strike everybody out, and I'm worried that that's what all these pitchers are trying to do now is just strike everybody out. Pitch it low in the zone. Be consistent. In my opinion, you don't want to be the high strikeout guy. You want to be the guy that gets the most ground balls. That's going to get you a lot of outs, more than just the strikeouts.
Pound the zone. Make him hit it. Don't let him hit it. Make him hit it.
Make it look like a strike, and then just pull the string and make it go. Bury it.
A home run for Will Smith in this one. Dodgers
Shocker.
4 for 11.
What a shocker.
Scoring position. You know what I've noticed? When they get at least 3 hits with runners in scoring position, they're going to win that game.
Yeah, but
I mean, duh.
You
Great point, man.
You would expect to win a ball game. You score some runs, right? No. You definitely need to be more consistent. You can't leave just. It's not just about leaving runners on base, but more importantly, it's about leaving runners on in scoring position because they're doing a lot of that. It's not just about on base, but how many of those guys? Let's say. I remember you saying 14 left on base. I guarantee almost half of those were in scoring position, meaning second or third base. You can't get them in. Not good.
You got to get the job done.
You got to score some runs.
So Dodgers taking game 1 of this series 8-4, and then moving on to game 2. It was a little bit crazy, a little bit of a delay. There's some bees that found their way onto the field, and how about that beekeeper coming out? He left his son's Little League ball game to come get rid of some bees at the big league park, and he's a superstar.
Now he's famous. He's got to throw out the first pitch, and now Topps is making a baseball card.
A baseball card.
That's cool. Super cool.
What stat will it have on the back?
How many bees he had to take care of.
Do you think they counted every single bee?
I think that there's a metric for that.
How do they do that?
Amazon Web Services, AWS, that's what they do.
They do it all. StatCast.
The cloud.
320 bees.
No, more like 1,200. Guaranteed those over 1,000 bees.
That's a lot of bees.
It was crazy. It started out with just a couple hundred, and then 30 minutes later, the game was delayed because there was over 1,000 bees on the net. It was crazy.
A lot of bees. That's a lot of honey.
Yeah. Cool, dude.
Cool. And this game stung a little bit. Not going to lie.
Good one.
They should have won. Came down to the wire, went to extras. Landon Knack was really good in this one.
Really good.
I love this guy. He throws so many strikes, pounds the zone.
Yes.
He's not trying to strike everybody out. He's just going to make you hit the ball. He's going to make you put the ball in play. He's going to pound the zone and put pressure on the hitter.
Exactly. I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to throw competitive pitches so that they want to swing at it because it's too close not to take. That's the kind of pitcher I want. That's the kind of pitcher you need to be in the major leagues.
They were saying when he was in university, he struck out 75 guys. Guess how many he walked?
Less than 7.
Only 5.
Oh!
That's impressive. Good
guess.
Good.
That's good.
You're a genius. And the bullpen was pretty good in this one. Michael Grove went an inning. Joe Kelly looked sharp in this one.
Yes.
Joe Kelly looked nice. That slider is biting.
Throwing it 100, man.
So much life on his fastball.
So good.
Rubber arm. And it was supposed to be Montgomery on the mound for the DBacks, but after the delay, they went with the bullpen game instead.
2-hour delay.
2-hour delay. And I was up late, and I'm tired, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed about it.
I can't believe I was mad. As soon as that happened, I turned the game off and thought, why did I stay up for this game? And it had to just be their strongest batter in the lineup.
Christian Walker, he's a Dodger killer.
I hate that guy.
He's a Dodger killer.
Yeah. And he hates the Dodgers. Yeah.
You can tell.
Good for
he takes out all of his anger on the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. He does terrible and then wakes up when he's playing against us.
Drove in 3 of the 4 D-backs runs, and it ended up being 4-3. Dodgers just won for 11 with runners in scoring position. So just have to be better.
That's what I'm talking about. Runners in scoring position. You can't. We had too many guys on base to not score more than just barely 3 runs. And I say barely because that third run only came when you got the free runner on second in extra innings. And that was it.
Free. I like free stuff.
Terrible. Yeah, except free runners on second base.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's for us because then they get one too. It's stupid.
It's dumb.
California tiebreaker BS.
So the series is split. That moves us to Game 3 tonight, and it's going to be Yamamoto against Montgomery.
That's a good matchup.
That's a good matchup there. We like that. Good stuff. Wanted to see the Dodgers go out and get Montgomery, but as a Scott Boras client, we saw how that worked out for him, just getting that 1-year deal. Bad offseason for Boras clients.
Yes. Good. And that's a good thing.
Good.
That's a good thing.
Good.
Agents shouldn't run the show.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Good. And lineups are posted. It's going to be Mookie at short, Freddie at first, Will Smith's DHing tonight, so Ohtani with the night off.
Okay.
Good thing I didn't pick him and beat the streak. I was going to pick him. I mean, it would have been a freebie.
You did text me say Freddie or Ohtani, and I said Freddie because he's on like a 10-game hitting streak and he's got it. He might break it, but I don't think it's today.
Keep it rolling.
I don't think it's today.
Rolling. Come on. And then Teo is in right, Kike at third, giving Muncy the night off against the lefty Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
Pages in center field. He looks nice in center field.
Really good.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big leaguer. He's going to be around. I think he earned himself a spot on this roster for the long term.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely – he should play – he should be the starter for the foreseeable future until he's not, because he is driving the ball. He's putting the bat on the ball and hitting it hard in play.
And I love to watch him hit because he's not afraid to take the ball to all
everywhere.
fields.
Exactly. He's hitting it everywhere. He's not just trying to pull the ball. He's got too much power just to pull the ball. He can hit it anywhere.
I like the spray chart.
Good job.
Miguel Rojas at second. Good defense there. Chris Taylor's in left.
I hate that. He's batting 61. Not a .61. He's batting .061 and needs to figure it out in the minor leagues. A couple weeks. Just figure it out. Get some confidence back and then come back and rake. But he's not doing it now.
If his OPS was his average, it would be the 3rd lowest in this lineup. And that's not okay.
That is terrible. That is really bad. That is really bad.
Hopefully he can figure it out. He's a vital part of this team. He's able to play all over the field. When he's right, he can drive the ball out of the ballpark. And another guy that can hit the ball to all fields, but he's just trying to pull everything, and I don't even think he can see the ball right now.
No, he's not seeing it. If you know, like Freddie right now, when you're hot, the ball looks like this. Right now, the ball's looking like just like one of those smaller than a paintball, an airsoft bullet coming right at you, and then it just disappears. You don't see it. That's him right now.
That's him. And rounding it out, Austin Barnes gonna round out this lineup.
He's having a really good season.
He's having a good start to his year. The average has dropped down to about 230 now, but he only plays like once a week, so you know
that's fine.
It's good.
Better than Taylor. Almost as good as Kike.
Do you like to play a little Barnesy?
Always. Always.
So it should be a good one tonight. And then we're headed back home, and the Atlanta Braves are coming to town.
It's going to be a tough series because the Braves are good, but so are the Dodgers.
This is going to be the first real postseason preview kind of test that this team's going to be put up against. You know, we're in the first week of May, so it means literally nothing. But let's see what happens. It's going to be Gavin Stone, game 1, going up against Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie.
Good matchup.
The Dodgers see pretty well.
Yeah, they do. They always have, especially in the postseason.
And let's set the tone early. Get a good win in this one. Going on to game 2, it'll be our guy Glasnow on the bump. Going up against Bryce Elder, who he's been really good for the Braves the last couple of seasons.
1.5 ERA.
Made his first start about a week ago. About a week ago.
That was a good one. I hate that song.
And so Glasnow looking for his 6th win already. He's been good for us.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, it'll be Big Maple going up against Max Fried. Battle of the lefties. Max Fried dominates the Dodgers.
Yes.
Let's change that narrative.
We need to. They need to stop chasing the ball against this guy. They're always chasing the ball out of the zone.
That curveball, nasty.
I'm not saying it's easy, but
Gross.
they need to tighten it up, and they need to be more selective against this guy.
Disgusting.
Attack the ball that's coming straight rather than that big loopy wooper duper.
Whooper,
We don't want any part of that. Just let it go.
And one more quick update before we go. Walker Buehler made what should be his final rehab start on Tuesday at AAA for Oklahoma City. He went 5 solid innings. He struck out 7.
Yes.
And
Give up like a few hits, but only 1 run.
And only 1 run. He looked good. Big positive sign, though.
Yes.
75 pitches, 58 of those were strikes.
Yes.
And that's the Walker Buehler we know and love.
Yes.
Pounds the zone with strikes.
Yes. Can't wait for him to come back. He's probably not going to be that front of the rotation guy coming out. He could be. He could prove me wrong, but I think he's going to be, if you had to put in order, Glasnow, Yamamoto, then Buehler. I don't think he's more than that, but he's still going to come out and pitch every 5th day. That's all that matters.
They've been building up that pitch count, so that's a positive sign there. Getting his load ready for the long haul, and could be back as early as next week against the Miami Marlins.
That's good, and that's a good. That's a good team to start out against because they're doing not very good.
Not very good.
No.
We're also going to see the first time that they're playing since Jazz Chisholm opened his stupid mouth. And we'll see.
Yapping.
We'll see what happens when if he ends up on second base and has a little conversation with Miggy Rowe. We'll see what goes on.
Hey, I'm
there.
sorry. Yeah, he's never gonna apologize.
That's not gonna
What a jerk.
What a jerk. And on that positive note, we're going to wrap it up here on Lat Talk. Guys, if you stayed this long through the video, we appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. As always, let's go Dodgers.
Adios.
Ooh.